Hello. This is the last episode from part 2. Like I said to you at the beginning, this is Married in a Year podcast, and it's a prophetic declaration that you're actually getting married in a year. That's number 1. Number 2, season 1, called It's a Match, has 6 parts. Each part has 3 episodes, and we just got to episode 6, which is the 3rd episode of part 2. I'm excited. Today we're speaking about keeping the spark. Keeping the spark. You know, you met this person, you're in the dating market, you've met someone, you're flirting with this person. How do you keep the spark? You need to understand that there is something called internal dialogues. Before we speak, there are internal dialogues. Other times, internal dialogues show up while we are speaking, or after we're done speaking. We're thinking, did he like the tone of my voice? Or does she think I'm amazing? Those are internal dialogues. And sometimes our internal dialogues can be very aggressive, depending on the houses we grew up in. They can be very critical. We're going to speak about this when we get to complicated match, which is obviously how we sabotage these love stories, because, we need to know so that we are well prepared even as we pray. Today, I want us to look at these internal dialogues, the languages and the dialects of our interactions with other people, so that we understand how we're doing what we're doing. So, the reason some people struggle with flirting, which makes matching with someone hard, which is why this part 2 is called Hard Match, is what's going on inside your head. What's going on inside your head? I don't know about you, but I have spoken to some people and I thought, oh my God, did he like me? Did he realize I was a smart person? Did he realize I was a smart person? Does he think I'm beautiful? Oh yeah, his colleague came around. She actually looks taller than me, or she actually looks this than me. And here's what's crazy. Some of these people I was not even planning to date. But even if the opportunity had come up, I was already self-sabotaging on account of my own thoughts. Worse, I was judging them on account of my own thoughts. So this person is trying to be cool and playful and delightsome and flirty with me. And I'm thinking, why is he doing that? Why? What's going on? You find yourself doing that. It's not every time you are highly open, which means that you're going to learn 2 things. 1, learn how to get out of your head and be present, which is what has worked the most for me over the years, getting out of my head and being present. I actually like being present. If you're speaking with me and you forget your train of thought, I would most likely remind you to the exact choice of words you used. I'm that present when you're speaking with me. But the periods when I did not used to be present, oh goodness, I had this terrible habit of speaking on and on and on. Oh, then I'll get back home and realize, wait, I've been speaking to that person for 4 hours, or obviously, or on the phone. I spoke to that person for 4 hours, and then I realized I spoke for 3 hours, 30 minutes. And I can't remember any detail of what the other person said because I was doing all the talking. You know why I was saying that? I was afraid this spark will not stay. Part of the details of flirting is being present. So you have to learn to be present. The second thing you're going to have to learn is quieting your inner voices. You need it. You need it to not talk yourself out of your miracle when God brings it your way. Imagine Isaac was looking at Rebecca and saying to himself, she's out of my league. Let's use Ruth and Boaz as the perfect example. Boaz was an old man. He was significantly old. He referred to Ruth as daughter. So in our time and day, Ruth would have been marrying a silver fox. Let's not miss that detail. Ruth would be marrying a silver fox. Ruth will be looked at as the young girl who did not follow her mate. She will be a sugar daughter in our eyes. Okay, but Ruth was also not a young lady. Ruth was a widow, which means on both counts, these 2 people had the opportunity to talk themselves out of this miracle and say, oh no, Boaz does not like me, he's Uncle Boaz. And Boaz had the opportunity to say, no, Ruth is not looking at me like that, I'm a father figure. In order for them to keep this spark, Boaz would have to risk cutting off the young man first and see if he will stand a chance. Ruth would have to risk following her mother-in-law's advice, even though there may be an older woman on the farm who likes Boaz, who has been a family friend for a while, who is perhaps his business partner. Ruth was going to have to risk it. Do you understand? Ruth would have to risk it and see if there's a spark. So keeping the spark is something you deliberately do to see and buy yourself more spark. That's what this topic is about. That's the sum total of it. What can I do that even if there was just a little spark, it can become a fire? So this person offered a book and they have a book launch coming up. Can I go to the book launch? Last time I was speaking with them and we're laughing and it was really cool. But can I go out of my way to go for their book launch? Can I come with a gift and not be afraid that they will think, oh, I'm doing the most? Realize I'm still flirting, but I'm flirting heavily now. I'm doing something that costs me something because I'm trying to keep what has happened when we flirted. I'm trying to keep what had happened the first day we had great conversation. I'm trying to keep what happened when we went for the coffee date. I'm trying to keep what happened in the church parking lot when we spoke. And I was like, yeah, I like this person. I like the way they speak. Oh, now I have to go beyond liking the way they speak. I have to do something heavy to keep the spark. I don't have to buy them a house. That's not keeping the spark. That's scary. If you go on the first date and you buy me a house, I'll be scared. But there's nothing stopping you from sending a gift to the person's office. For some people, it is too much, so pay attention to your person. There's nothing stopping you from going to their book launch. There's nothing stopping you from ordering a boat when it rains. That was a very specific example because it happened to someone in front of me. They were still in the talk stage and it had started raining that morning and she was going to work. I was with her when this guy ordered a boat to come pick her and I remember thinking, he came heavy. They are married, by the way, they have a child, don't worry. It worked. It worked. Keeping the spark requires thoughtfulness on your end. It's something that says to them, you are not just surface level. Keeping the spark is not what you do with 5 people. Oh. No, you can't be keeping the spark with 5 people. Please, you're not confused by the blood sacrifice of Jesus. You are not. Jesus didn't die for you to be confused. Because if you are, then it does make sense why you're exhausted. If you go to a singles mixer and you had fun and you were delightsome to 5 people, I can get it. But you're not going to leave those 5 people and go on three dates each with all of them. Something is wrong somewhere. That's not holy in any way. If you trust the Lord, you can put your eggs in one basket. The inability to put all your eggs in one basket is an indicator that you trust the Lord less than you even trust all of us. Okay, that said, you want to pay attention to the languages. How does this person communicate? If this person hates voice notes, I cannot be sending them voice notes. That's me trying to keep the spark. If this person has told me that they are asthmatic, it therefore means I cannot invite them to a restaurant that is designed to be filled with incense. I don't think about them. I'm not trying to keep the spark, I'm trying to kill it. If this person has told me that they are a single parent, I'm not about to force them to go out on the only day their children or their child is at home. Keeping this spark requires thoughtfulness. It requires sacrifices. It requires coming in heavy. It requires paying attention to their love languages. It requires paying attention to what they like. It requires paying attention to what they like. I'll say that again. It requires paying attention to what they like. If this lady is not a rose person, and you're insisting that, I'm going to get you a rose, I'm going to get you a whole bundle of roses, whatever you do decide, you have to realize that you can't be upset with them if they don't like it because you are taking a risk. Keeping the spark requires that you speak the dialect of this person. And dialect means something to me because I'm a Nigerian. In Nigeria, we have 36 states. Within those 36 states, it is believed that we have about 300 languages with over 500 dialects. So even if we don't have languages in this country, we at least have 150 with different dialects. So when you hear that a person is Yoruba in Nigeria, you can't assume that they speak Lagos State Yoruba. You can't assume that they speak Osun Yoruba. If you hear that a person is British, you assume that they all speak the same English. That's not true. When you listen to podcasters in the UK, they have different dialects, not dialects in the way we have them in Nigeria, but their accents. There's a way they carry words that is different. When they speak their street English, there are tones and usages to how those things are spoken. So if your person is saying to you that, their love language is words of affirmation, yes, what's the dialect of the words of affirmation? Because words of affirmation for you is, oh my God, you're amazing, that's great. Okay, words of affirmation for them is, I want the words of affirmation typed out. because I want to read it again. I don't just want to hear it because I don't have very good memory of things I hear. I remember things better when I read them. Or they want it in a letter. Keeping the spark requires doing the hard work. This is where many Christians turn back because they say things like, oh, but he has not asked me out. Oh, but I'm not engaged to her yet. I don't want to do too much. If you are loving them, you are loving them. If you're not loving them, go home. Don't stress us. I'm actually tired of people saying that thing. Don't stress me, please. Don't make me pray for something you don't want to pray about. Don't make me pray about something you cannot sacrifice for. Imagine Naomi racking her head through the night, wondering what to do for Ruth, because she's been worried that she cannot give birth to a man Ruth can marry. And then now here is the opportunity, and she's really happy for Ruth. Only for Ruth to say, Naomi, I cannot go there or there. Then he will not think that I'm weak, I'm loose. And can we calm down? Can we calm down? Cross the road. Cross it. Cross it. Stop telling God to make a sea, a way in the sea and a path in the mighty waters if you will not walk through it. Stop it. Stop praying prayers you don't want answers to. You see an amazing man, he's a founder of a Fortune 500 company. Don't go to God and be saying, God, give me that man. And then now that man has your attention, or you have that man's attention, and he's saying to you that, oh, he's going for his company annual something. Can you come with him? And you start saying, no, I don't do red carpet events. Excuse me, what were you praying about? What were you actually praying about? You went to that single mother and you said, oh, you liked her. And now her kid has break in school that he's not supposed to have, and she's trying to do something and take care of this child, and you're upset that she cancelled on you. Instead of you to go over and help out. That's keeping the spark. Keeping the spark is crossing the road. Stop talking to this person across the road. Stop eyeing them across the room. Stop pointing your shoes at them and letting them know you're interested in them. Stop smiling in their direction. Stop facing them with your full chest across the room. Stand up and cross the room. Cross the road. If I flogged you, I'm sorry, but you needed it. It was fun speaking with you. See you during the prayer on Saturday. Bye.